Vanakkam. Good morning. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today and thank you so much for having me. Before I start, I just want to start with a few simple questions. No judgment, just honesty. Okay, if you were asked to stay off social media for one full day, and I'm including myself in this, how many of you will feel a little anxious? How many of you check your phone first thing in the morning? Literally the first thing. How many of you fall asleep after watching just one last reel? Interesting. It wasn't always like this. Let me tell you how it started. In 2000, a few very smart people asked one simple question. What do we make people come back again and again and again? And the answer to this question led straight into the human mind. Human brain can be hooked with instant reward. Let me take you to 1954 to understand this better. Two scientists, James Old and Paul Miller, they ran an experiment on rats. What they wanted to test was a version on rats' brain by stimulating their brain. They put the rats in a box with a lever, and what they did, they put an electrode on rats' brain. So, by accident, they stimulated the wrong area of the brain, and what happened next was amazing. Every time the rat pressed the lever, its brain received a tiny burst of joy. And then what? The rats started pressing it again and again and again. Soon they were pressing the lever like they were running Temple Run on endless mode. No pause, no exit, and absolutely no self-control. What happened next was funny, but actually not so funny. The rats had food, they had water. But the thought was always the same. Food, later, one more press. The eating became optional, drinking became negotiable, and sleeping completely overrated. Some rats got so obsessed with that reward button that they ignored the most basic things of their life, and yes, unfortunately, a few rats died. Unchecked reward seeking killed them. Now wait for a minute. Before we judge those rats, let me ask you something. How many of you have skipped a meal for one more reel? Slept late for one more episode? And checked your phones during family time and said, I'm listening. That experiment revealed something very powerful. Our brain it's driven by dopamine. Dopamine isn't pleasure, it's anticipation. It quietly whispers, come on, one more click, don't stop now, something better must be coming up next. The liver which those rats were carrying or pressing, we carry in our pockets today. And the liver which we carry, it doesn't have just one press. It has infinite scrolls, likes, notifications, autoplays, reels, shorts. Our brain doesn't stand a chance. That is not all. What happened next is even dangerous. We have a popcorn brain. What does that mean? Our thoughts started popping up in our brain one after the another. Let me tell you, I felt something very uncomfortable a few months ago. I picked up my phone to reply one message. 40 long minutes later, what happened? I genuinely couldn't remember why I picked it up at the first place. What was keeping me busy wasn't random. The algorithms were running. The algorithm was choosing what should come up next. My mind was busy, but I was not choosing. My nervous system was being hijacked by an easy dopamine. So you must be thinking, what's the problem with being happy? Problem is not happiness. The problem is instant happiness without any effort or meaning. Tell me, what did those rats achieve to be so happy in life? Nothing. We get happiness by scrolling. What do we actually achieve? Nothing. And by the end of the day, we feel tired, overstimulated, always on. Parents worry their kids are too much on the phone. Kids panic when the phones are taken away. Why? Because our brains are adapted to constant dopamine. And you remove it suddenly and the anxiety shows up. What does that anxiety mean? That has a name. It's called FOMO, the fear of missing out. What if someone replied on my message? What if there is a like on my post? What if there is an update? Very, very important things clearly, right? And again, as I said, that doesn't end there. There's another stage which is called popcorn brain. Thoughts start popping up in our brain like popcorns in a pressure cooker. Right? Pop, pop, pop. And what happens next? We are on the mobile, we are on the laptop call, TV is running, looks very productive, clearly, right? But only from outside. Inside, complete chaos. Nothing is happening. Have you observed this? Now, the thing is, what do we lose with that? First, we lose our calmness, then the focus, then our sleep, and then the entire mental health. And what do we do when we cannot sleep? We scroll, because that has been working so well, right? Remember the question? How do we make people come back? Congratulations, it worked. And the experiment done on rats has been successfully implemented on us today. Now, what do? We have to take the liver back. And how? For ages the question was, how do we make people come back? Now I want to offer a new one today. How do we help ourselves come back? I call it a pause. Don't worry, it's not another 5-step program or a framework which you will forget by tomorrow morning. It's actually very simple. Let's go over it quickly. P as in presence. One small simple rule. When I'm spending time with my family or friends, phones are not allowed. Not because phones are bad, but presence is better. And the beautiful part here is, when you are doing this, you are not just helping yourself, you're just helping others also. Action. Our thumbs are working harder than our legs today. So what do? Move your body, just for 10 minutes. A small walk, few stretches, few stairs. The effort before you earn the reward. Your mind will recognize it and it will respond. Unplug intentionally. Not dramatically, not forever. Don't say, I'll not use social media going forward. That's not gonna work. Just for a few minutes or for a while, stay away from easy dopamine. Unplug intentionally. During meals, don't use mobiles. Before sleeping, don't scroll. That's all you have to do. And when you see your phone, just ask one simple question. Did I choose it or the algorithms? And tell slowly, my dear algorithm, I see you. This time, I'm gonna choose. Stillness. This is the most underrated habit of all, but the most powerful one. Tell me how many of you sit in silence with your eyes closed even for a few minutes in a day? Not many, right? Let's try something together. Feet on the ground, sit relaxed, eyes closed, and just follow as I say, inhale and exhale. We will inhale slowly and exhale a little longer than we inhale. I'll just say inhale, exhale, please follow. Relax, feet on the ground and eyes closed. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. your eyes when you feel comfortable. That calm you felt, that's your nervous system remembering what stillness feels like. And it's very powerful. Earned joy. Read something you like. Set smaller goals and achieve those. Don't fall for easy dopamine. The level of dopamine which you achieve with these activities may be little lesser than what you achieve from screen time, but this will last longer. Because happiness was never meant to be instant. It was meant to be earned, felt deeply and shared. So the next time your thumb reaches scroll, what do? Remember someone asked, how do we make people come back? Now you have to decide what you want to come back to. Choose presence, choose connection, choose slow joy. And above all, choose JOMO, the joy of missing out. Trust me, nothing life-changing has happened on Instagram in last 10 minutes, and I promise you that. You don't need to escape technology, you just need to teach your mind or nervous system that it's okay to slow down. When the nervous system resets, your life follows. And that is how you take the liver back. Because unlike rats, we get to choose. Thank you so much and all the best for your journey from FOMO to JOMO. Thank you.